Hello, today I want to share with you from our home studio here in Hong Kong how you can use gold to stay financially healthy in times of the COVID-19 crisis. My name is Joshua Rotbart. I'm the Managing Director of Rotbart Company, and we help individuals, families, and banks every day buy, sell gold, and transport it across the world safely and securely. I'm going to talk about the reasons to buy gold, and I'm going to explain you how this is done in a safe and secure manner. So without further ado, we can start by what's happening now in times of COVID-19. And the problem we experience now is that the financial markets are going down. The real estate market is going down, and the economy is suffering. And the question is, what assets can investors rely on in order to protect themselves? And one of the assets is gold. As JP Morgan said, gold is money, everything else is credit. The paper money we have is a note issued by our government promising to pay us a certain amount of money in the future when we present it. Gold has a value of its own, and therefore it is real money before we invented paper money. The main question is, why gold? Why are the reasons to buy gold to begin with? First answer is as portfolio diversification. Gold performs very well in times of crisis. Gold performs very well when the economy is not doing well. Here we gathered a few examples in the 2007-8 financial crisis, the trade war between China and the US, and the current COVID-19. Look at those figures and see how the S&P did compared to gold, how the treasuries were doing compared to gold, now gold is doing compared to other assets. So when you think about it, and you know that if you have a gold component in your portfolio, actually you protect yourself against downturning markets in other assets. Next reason to buy gold, the fact gold is hard cash and is highly liquid. Gold is, you can take a bar of gold, you can sell it here in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in China, in the US, in Canada, everywhere you want, and you can get money. It's very liquid and it's literally cash money. Gold is also a source of long-term returns. So if you're looking at the chart we're seeing now, you can see actually gold is performing. I'll show you here. Look at the long term since 1971. Look at gold, commodities, look at the emerging market stocks, US stocks, and cash. So if you can see the long term, gold is doing better than cash, and gold is doing the same equities market are doing. If you look 20 years back, look at gold, almost most best performing assets. And these are the last few years, the last 10 years, gold's been appreciating 5% a year. So generally, I can tell you, gold appreciates in price about 10% a year in the long term, which provide you a very good yield, very good return on your money. Now, there are a few reasons to buy gold, especially now. One of them is the reason that the trade war we had in 2019, that was a reason to buy gold. The de-dollarization, people are getting rid of the dollars and they want to buy gold instead. They're afraid of the debt of the US government. As a financial security, financial freedom. So again, you hold gold, you're not subject to any third party. You have your assets with you. And for diversification purposes. So as I showed, when the markets go down, gold usually will go up, which gives it very, very good hedge and diversification to your portfolio. So how did gold perform this year? In 2020, we are at the end of April. Look at that. Look at gold right here versus Hang Seng Index and Shanghai Composite Index. The figures speak to themselves. And gold, this is why we buy gold. For times like this, for times of crisis, this is why we need gold in our portfolio. Here, You can look from a different compared to the S&P and other exchanges and other indices. Look at them, almost anything between 9 to almost 15% down, while gold is doing so well. So the question is how much gold one should buy, and usually we say about 10% of one's portfolio should be invested in gold. That's what John Paulson has been saying. Times of instability, gold has been doing very well. Instability can be financial crisis, inflation, and geopolitical tensions like we saw during the China-US trade war and during the conflict in the South China Sea. But gold is not the only asset. Of course, there are other assets such as silver, platinum, and palladium. Silver is an industrial metal. It's very volatile. It's less expensive than gold, meaning you can buy more for each dollar, which means if it appreciates in price, you can make more money. If it's depreciate, you will lose more money. So it's a bit more speculative. Platinum is a metal used for the diesel engines. So lately there's been a decline. The last few years there has been a decline in the manufacturing of diesel engines. Hence the price of platinum went down. And last but not least, it's palladium. Palladium used for hybrid cars, and we expect palladium price to go quite high in the future. Now, when you buy gold, very important thing to remember is, are you going to buy paper gold or physical gold? And that's the Queen asking the same question. Of course, the Queen of England, Elizabeth II, Her Majesty chooses physical over gold. Of course, you can see this nice photo from her visit, Her Majesty's visit to the Bank of England that stores a lot of gold. Those gold bars, you see them, are about $400,000 each. So paper gold is good if you want to do short-term trading. And the reason is, and I wouldn't recommend it for long-term security or secure investment, is the fact that the ETFs or the paper markets are not backed totally by physical gold. And the second major reason is that with paper gold, you're exposed to third-party integrity. If you remember in 2008, Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. If you had notes issued with Lehman Brothers, you would lose your money. Physical gold, you own it. You're not subject to any third parties. So for long-term investment, we highly recommend physical gold. So how you know what to buy and how to do it professionally? Few notes on that. First of all, know your bar. This is how a gold bar looks like. You have 4 identifying marks per gold bar. You have the weight, you have the weight, you have the purity, you have the refinery hallmark, and the serial number. The meaning each gold bar is easily identifiable. You know which bars you're buying. You know these belong to you, like a car or like an apartment. This is your gold bar and shouldn't be divided with anyone else. Where to buy gold bars? This is the London Bullion Market Association. You need to keep everything within the system, meaning buy gold bars that are made by refiners that are members of the London Bullion Market Association, store it with refiners that are members of the association, transport it with logistic companies that are members of the association, and then as long as you remember with the chain of integrity, that means it's very liquid, you can sell it quickly and easily. Another thing to bear in mind is use professional storage in private vaults. We don't like working with banks' vaults. We don't think it's safe because you are subject to the bank's risk and to bank's behavior. So private vaults, allocated holdings, meaning you need to own your own gold bars. Make sure you have the serial number. Do it segregate storage, meaning each gold is packed separately than other clients. Not like the Bank of England when everything is on the pallet and everything is commingled or mixed together. You need to have your own segregated, packed separately. And of course, make sure you have liability coverage in case of physical loss, in case there's infidelity, internal job, make sure you're fully insured against that. A few notes about buying gold in Hong Kong, Singapore, China. Hong Kong, where we are based, is a tax-free zone. The entire city, there are no taxes here. Everything flows very easily into the city and out of the city. There are state-of-the-art vaults. You can hold it confidentially and securely, and you're protected by Hong Kong law. Singapore, also, it's tax-free, but not for all gold products. The gold product needs to be 3 nines purity, meaning 99.9% purity, the minimum. While in Hong Kong, there's no limit. In Singapore, it has to have this minimum purity. Only then it's tax-free. Other than that, it's a very good jurisdiction. We are members of the Singapore Bullion Market Association. That means we are part of the bullion community in Singapore. We have an office in Singapore, and a lot of our inventory is stored in Singapore. China is a bit trickier. China is highly regulated. You can't move gold in and out freely. In some cases, there's 17% VAT. That's why the reason we do not operate onshore in China, and we recommend clients to keep this safe asset outside China to avoid taxes and to be able to trade it freely. Before I wrap this presentation, I'd like to mention our company and our services. We offer 4 main services. One of them is trading, buy and sell of physical bars and coins, gold, silver, platinum, palladium. Second service is the logistics around it, the transportation, the storage services. We handle everything on behalf of our clients. You don't need to worry about all these aspects. We offer safe deposit boxes in more than one location, in New Zealand, in Hong Kong, Singapore, Zurich, London, and so on. And we offer finance based on your bullion holdings, meaning if you need money, you need liquidity, you can take a loan from us. You keep owning the gold. Gold is registered under your name. It doesn't belong to us. It's owned by you, and you can finance it. You get a loan against it. Our storage is done in professional vaulting facilities. It's not on our balance sheet. You can come and inspect it anytime, and you have the advantage of an independent annual audit by a specialized company from the UK. They come to the vault, they audit your holdings, they take photos, and they issue a report saying, we checked your holding, everything is in good order. A little bit about our company. We are a family company, as I mentioned. This is our team. We come from the secure logistics industry. We know how to move gold. We know how to store gold. We know how to insure gold. We know all the suppliers. We've been doing it for a decade. We believe in partnership with our families. We believe in staying close to them, advising them, and make sure the process is efficient and easy as possible. I urge you, stay safe, especially now. Make sure you and your family is protected. Don't forget, gold protects you for the long term. It will not make you rich, but it will keep your wealth stable and safe in the foreseeable future. Thank you very much. And if you need anything, just give us a call whenever you need us. Thank you.